You know, it has been a rough week for Elon Musk and his AI chatbot Grok. First, it went on a racist and anti-Semitic posting spree on Tuesday, which was followed by X's CEO, Linda Yaccarino, announcing her resignation the next day. Grok has since issued an apology for the anti-Semitic posts it made, which included praising Hitler. Musk's company posted on X that it apologizes for, quote, the horrific behavior that many experienced. The post noted that the root cause of the posts was an update to a code path upstream of the bot, which, quote, made Grok susceptible to existing X user posts, including when such posts contained extremist views. Well, this massive question of AI safety, bias, and discrimination is all at the heart of Stacey Abrams' new novel, Coded Justice, which is the latest title in the best-selling Avery Keene series. Stacey Abrams is still here with us. So
one more hat for you to wear. If you didn't have enough time, you're also writing novels as well.
And after that intro, you know, insert some joke about life being stranger than fiction here. Tell us about the major themes of your book, the story you're telling us here, but also maybe some of the warnings for our current moment contained within.
So the premise of Coded Justice is that AI in the abstract is a good thing. It's a technology, it's a tool. But tools in the wrong hands, even with the right intentions, can go horribly wrong. And so the premise is that Avery Keene, my intrepid heroine, who was a law clerk for the Supreme Court and in her third outing is now a corporate investigator, is brought on by a tech company that's trying to solve the issue of veteran health care. And we know that veterans represent some of the most diverse members of our society. And so the architect of the technology actually hires a team to try to weed out discrimination in the way the model works, because we know in healthcare, health equity is an issue. If you aren't thinking about the complexity of your population, you can't serve it. And then things go horribly awry.
Well, what are the lessons for reality here? Particularly, we just saw this excuse from Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it today, about how it was sort of a garbage in, garbage out model, right? The problem is that it was the AI was being trained on a lot of racist tweets, which
anyone who's been on Twitter lately, told you that was coming.
Exactly. So, is there a policy lesson here, I guess, for how this technology can be used productively, and that doesn't represent the worst of what mankind has to offer?
Absolutely. So part of Coded Justice that I'm so proud of is that the intention was to build it on a model that understood algorithmic justice as an issue. That when you're training a language model for AI, it is garbage in, garbage out, but it's also good in, good out. There's a fantastic chatbot called Aisha that is with the Digital Green Book. It's built on how to help Black people navigate spaces, and it's trained on a really good model. The whole goal here is to understand, one, what is your intention? Two, what are your sources? And then three, what's your response when you get it wrong? It is not that Grok went crazy. It's how are they going to make certain it doesn't do it again? And I think that's the conversation around technology and AI. The fact that we almost had a 10-year moratorium that would have removed regulation in the United States of AI for 10 years from any state or local government was deeply problematic. I mean, it's a rare occasion that I agree with Marsha Blackburn on philosophy, and in this case, we agree. We have to not just see this technology as an abstraction. There is intention, but there's also the responsibility for improvement. And whether it's Grok or it's the AI models that are being deployed to replace workers, what I want us to take from Coded Justice is a little bit of a deeper understanding of what's going on, for us to feel a little smarter, because we have all these words flying around and people don't really explain what's a large language model. So I try to help folks into that conversation while they're watching people die. And
as one does.
But give you a little bit of a thrill, but also let you leave feeling smarter, because ultimately it's the average citizen that's going to decide how much we let AI control our world. But if we don't believe we have the responsibility or the right, we're going to find ourselves on the other side trying to figure out what happened.
Can I bring this back a little bit to the previous conversation we had about oligarchy and autocracy and the role that you see AI playing in that? I mean, can AI be used to advance autocracy and oligarchy, and should we be concerned about it being weaponized in a way that undermines our democracy?
Absolutely. I mean, we know that just this week, Marco Rubio was spoofed by a deep fake and was calling senators, calling governors. The fact that our Secretary of State could be deep faked and that people didn't know it is problematic. But even more problematic is who could have taken orders from this person. But what we can do, one, we have to demand that the federal government actually do more to regulate this technology. We saw what happened when we didn't regulate social media early on, when we let it sort of run amok. But to the specific point about autocracy is that when data can lead to, if you can control data, you can control dissent. If you can control the algorithm, you can decide who gets privilege and who doesn't. You can target communities you don't like. We have companies right now that are misusing data to target foster children who are immigrants. And so, yes, authoritarianism thrives when technology is unregulated, but more importantly, when people are ignorant about what that technology can and cannot do.
I have to ask you quickly before we go, if there is a Democrat who you think is out there speaking effectively about these issues, who you might like to see run for president in 2028?
I'm focusing on how people are doing in this moment right now. Before we get to 28, we've got to survive 25. And so my focus is on who is speaking up, who is coming up with clever entrepreneurial solutions, who is pushing back even if it could cost them a future.
Who is? Anyone out there right now?
We're watching.
Yeah.
And there are a few folks. And our job,
just a couple people. You think
It's
you're
not
doing
an
a good
endorsement.
job.
It's not help us do our
You
job.
have sat on this couch telling us that we need to be concrete and not abstract.
We should. And I'm absolutely concrete about the fact that I'm looking for the right people to do the work right now.
If you have a name, let us know so we can do our job as well and go out there and hold them accountable as well.
You'll be the first to know.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We'll hold you to that.
Exactly. Stacey Abrams, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you,
Congrats
Stacey.
on your
Really appreciate
book.
it.
Thank you.